Start things off, I want you to go ahead and picture yourself in a working environment. It can be from your local McDonald's all the way up into a corporate setting like Google or Facebook. Now imagine you're the new hire on the block. You're exceeding all expectations. You're changing the company's culture and environment as a whole. Now what if you weren't getting the credit for it? How would that make you feel? That's what Colin Cowherd was trying to understand when, according to ESPN's top 10 most influential players of all time list, notable players like LeBron James and Michael Jordan stood up at the top of the list at 1 and 2, while athletes like Steph Curry were at number 10. Colin believes Steph Curry should be way higher on the list, and a few of his reasonings are: the Warriors are a better basketball team when he's on the court compared to when he's off it. Teams are shooting way more threes now than they were maybe 4 or 5 years ago before Steph Curry took off. And Steph Curry's also changed the game of basketball for not just only this generation, but for many generations to come. And personally, I agree with all of Colin's claims because as a fan of the league, it's kind of hard not to see how Steph Curry's impact has changed the game of basketball. Steph Curry's three-point shooting has made the game positionless, pushing out the center position and forcing teams to play small ball. Maybe teams sign power forwards and have them shoot 1 to 2 threes a game, shooting it at 35%. It'll help them get by because that's all you really need from your power forward and center, quote unquote. And as a fan of the game, as a student of the game, I see the next generation and how they're coming up. I don't see kids playing with their back to the basket anymore. I see more kids shooting threes from 2 or 3 steps behind the three-point line, and maybe even pounding their chest and pointing up to the sky like Steph Curry does after they make a three. It's also very helpful and also very hurtful because some kids may not have the strength to shoot from that deep, but with practice and repetition, they'll end up eventually getting better and better at it. The only counter arguments that I see that may fit in this argument is that NBA legends like centers like Shaq, Hakeem, and Kareem, they might not like the way the new game of basketball is played just based on the fact that they really don't have anybody to relate to, because back in the day, you had athletes playing with their back to the basket using all their strength and then kicking it out to shooters. Now you just really have everybody's playing 5-out offense. Everyone's on the three-point line. You might have a screener who comes and sets the screen for the point guard, and it's dribble, three-pointer, in and out. If it doesn't go in, you just run back on defense and you try to grab a rebound. If not, it's just the next play. So yeah, it's just simple as that. But for the most part, I agree with all of Colin's points. I believe Steph Curry's changed the game of basketball, just not only for this generation, but for many generations to come. And I believe that he should be way higher on the list. And according to ESPN in 2016, 3.3 deep threes were being averaged by NBA shooters. And in 2020, where the league is now shooting 8.8 deep three-pointer attempts. So that's over 250% from deep threes in a 4-year span, which goes to show how impactful and how influential Steph Curry's been since he stepped foot in the league.